Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading. Now today I have gotten a lot of recommendations under the comments on the YouTube section, and I actually got a lot of them for Cream USDT. So apparently Cream USDT got hacked. So I was, bumped on this chart and just trying to find a spot, kind of a date where it got hacked. Because logically speaking, you would think that they got hacked on 13th of February due to the fact it was the biggest volume here. But, just me seeing that they completely ignored this area right here with all the proper response really makes me believe they were actually hacked on 23rd of February, right? Because somebody just really heavily dumped under there. And you can really see there was no efficient pullback whatsoever above that swing point that kind of created these highs, which makes me believe that yes, Cream is a little bit bearish. Definitely turning out to be bearish for sure. But it's also the point I'm gonna have to say though that if you haven't sold the Cream yet, well, now it's probably not the time to do so. So yes, we have a couple of areas that are now rightly so approaching, and one of them, the bullish one, or should I say the one that will most likely give you a reaction, and this is very common to other coins as well. When on the pullbacks like this are met, and it comes to the area where it first started reacting to, you most likely get a good size of a pump. Now, don't get me wrong when I say it's probably too late to sell it, because if you look at it down here, we still got about 25-30% to the area that we were supposed to be chasing for a pump. So there is still some situation, right, where you could make some money selling this, right? But then obviously if you get a, because the SO chart is so skewed right now, if you get a pump and you retest some of these highs, you can see that those highs are actually the previous lows created right now. If you wanted to retest them, they're actually 36% away. So for you to be chasing for selling off 30 to 25%, and the upside is 35%, around 35 to 40%, let's just say, right? You probably don't have a sell option right now, because in the long term you're not going to be making money if you're going to be pulling many of those trades. Basically speaking, your risk to reward ratio is lower to the downside than it is to the upside. But I would do in those cases right now, if I was stuck in a position like this, and I will assume again that hacks has been dealt with, so most likely some coins were lost, and dumpers probably dumped as much as they stolen, right? I don't know which coins they actually stole, but right now, speaking of which, we now can actually go into the mode and just try to not hedge, but let's just say it is one condition that I don't like to be doing it a lot, but let's just say average buy-in, right? So what it means is we are lowering our average price on the Cream, right? So yeah, one of the areas would be located on here where I would be personally stacking some buys in. It would be right here, and as you already know, I usually go for these buys from top of the box, bottom, middle of the box, and bottom of the box. So you're basically buying from $96 all the way down to $77, right? And this is sort of the area where I would be looking to get some of my positions in to approximately exit on the bump, right? So let's just say on the jump, I would definitely look to exit this chart, because it does not look bullish, and you would most likely, to regain some of that bullishness back, you will most likely have to gain over this again, which I'm gonna assume, because what just happened and how strong of a point this just became, or should I say how much of a liquidity got stuck up here, you're most likely not gonna break it on the first try, because trust me, there's a lot of people that got stuck here, a lot of them. So when you're gonna return to that point, a lot of those people will dump, which basically will give you another pullback, which will give you most likely another opportunity to buy tokens before it goes higher, right? So already I don't like to be leaving a lot of money on the table where there is no reason to, and I do believe this is one of those coins where there's no reason to leave money on the table to begin with, right? Now, I don't know their security situation right now. I do hope they will recover. They're quite an old coin. They're since the start of this bull run, if I do remember. I don't even know if this is the full chart. It's probably even longer. But if you look at it from this perspective right now, let's just see how big of a long area we're actually looking at here. And wait, for some reason it didn't click the first time. Let's just see what we're looking at here. So first of all, the stop loss, I can already tell, is going to be pretty much massive, which is something I can't be dealt with, because this is essentially a fat area, and this whole fat area is still very much bullish and can still very much react. And you can see the area is actually 20% large. And the stop loss, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be putting it all the way down here, which makes this a 22% stop, which is, yes, it is definitely on a high side, definitely not something that I would be happy taking on a blind, right? And when I mean that on a blind, I wouldn't be happy just setting the trade like this and then taking it on a knife catch, right? That is what we basically mean. However, how else would I approach this trade? Well, you know, you already know, I've spoken about this a couple of times on streams, and you're glad to join them as well and ask me about it. But yes, how I would approach this trade from my perspective, because the stop loss is so big, I would actually wait for it to go into the area, would switch over to like 15-minute time frame, and would actually look for a reversal here and then putting the stop loss underneath the low. And most likely in those cases, I would be getting about 10% stop loss, or maybe in some cases even 7 to 5%. So it would be much better than the current 20%. But unfortunately, if you're still holding cream, you do not have that option, because you risk of getting missed, right? So you risk of having that risk of missing that opportunity to lower your average price so that you can really exit on this pump in and just sort of save yourself a lot of losses, right? So if you are currently holding cream, you definitely have to be going under the method of knife catching right here if you haven't had a stop and you definitely got skipped over here. So yes, I do suggest you just set up the buys beforehand and just eat up this 22% stop loss. There's no other option for you to go this current time, right? But if you do choose to do that, we will now search for some profit takes for you, right? So again, all of the prices can be seen on the right side of my screen right here, guys, right? So I don't get the comments that I'm not talking about prices. And I also named the buy price for this out loud for this area. So now for the first profit take, I will be looking at it right here where we are currently being. We are currently, how I'm going to say, not currently being, but currently we are here having undecisive candles, as I like to call them. If you zoom in a little bit closer, you can really see why I name a candle like that, because you can see they tried to push it down, they failed, they tried to push it up, they failed, and what they ended up is basically at the same price that the candle started off. So yes, that is called an undecisive candle, and in this case you actually have two undecisive candles at the same place, and now you're kind of in the making of the third one. So this now tells me it is a really good spot for me to have a good profit take, because essentially speaking, if you go down from here, there will be again people trapped on this area, and if people are trapped on this area, then it's always a good idea to take profit take there, because you don't know what kind of a selling pressure those people can actually provide. And yes, if people are trapped here, we're going to be selling it right underneath those candles, undecisive candles. And you can see that even though our profits, should I say our stop loss is so fat, our profit take is actually pretty much amazing, right? We are looking at 52%, 2.3R, or $130. And you can see this profit take, absolutely amazing. And if you can manage to take something like this on a smaller time frame, which let's just say with a 10% or even 7% stop loss, you see how much this actually improves to all the way up to 8.7R. And this is how you actually get that legendary trade during those, bull market times, which are now, quote unquote, in question if it's going to continue, right? And in this case, you already know it, for the last profit take, I will be scaling it all the way to up here, and now you can really see why this is an amazing trade. At the end of the day, yes, you got hacked, but also hacked because people dumped so, in such panic, or hackers dumped, you are now left with a lot of gaps in between the prices that still needs to be filled. And looking at those gaps, if you can look at it, the second profit take brings you absolutely amazing profit. It is 122%, 5.3R, or $191. And you can really tell from this one, the trade can still be a pretty awesome one, even though you're not holding the cream at the moment. But for the most of the cream holders, this is sort of a trade that will most likely get you out of the loss, right? Because if you trade anything similarly to me, yes, you would probably buy this area. But then again, looking at this candle, you would most likely get a profit take here as well, right? So I would most likely be stop break even. I would never get the next profit take above the high. I would be stop break even. But if you happen to buy there and you don't use stop losses, then yes, situation is here. I'm kind of presenting you a solution on how to save yourself, and also to some people that are just getting into the market, it's also can double down as a very good trade to start off, right? So it is, so you basically are killing two birds with one stone, as Americans would say, right? So yes, guys, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to our videos, like the videos, share, comment down below. You see, we read those comments. We took this one coin from the comments and we made the video for you because it does look awesome. Sometimes I get some comments to check some coins out, but if I don't check them out, that doesn't mean I didn't read the comments. It basically means that some of the charts you guys sometimes call are not really great, or they have nothing to talk to. But when I see a chart like this, it's super awesome, guys. You know, if you call me a chart like this, I'll make a video on it every day of the week, right? It's basically pretty awesome chart and really good opportunities. So yeah, really loving these calls lately, guys. You guys have given me a lot of good calls, a lot of good charts that I'm you know, capitalizing on it. So yeah, definitely it is double benefit doing these videos, right? So yes, thank you for watching, guys. Also check our 4C Blogspot channel, right, where we discuss, we post videos like this, discuss you know, Bitcoin analysis, and also, you know, just general tools that help you to become a trader if you wish to pursue that line. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will be seeing each other in the next one.